Retinol is one of the best anti-aging skincare ingredients, but it's also pretty infamous for causing skin irritation. So today I'm sharing my favorite retinol products for those with sensitive skin. I'm Dr. Sam Ellis. I am a board-certified medical and cosmetic dermatologist in Northern California, and I'm here to help you understand your skin and find products that work for you. So if that sounds good, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. When we're thinking about incorporating retinol into our skincare routine, it's not just about what product we're using, but how we're introducing that product to our routine. And before we jump into the products and talk about how to use them successfully, I do want to do a quick overview of what retinol is and why it works so well for anti-aging our skin. There is a category of skincare ingredient called retinoids, and within that category, there are various different types of retinoids, retinol being one of those. Now, within the United States, some of those retinoids are only available via prescription, such as tretinoin and tazarotene, but retinol is available over the counter. And the reason retinoids are so popular, especially in the anti-aging skincare discussion, is because retinoids help address many different signs of premature skin aging. They work by speeding up cell turnover within the skin, and they promote collagen production. And this allows them to be beneficial in addressing many different types of skin concerns. This includes things like fine lines and wrinkles, irregular pigmentation, dullness, and loss of skin elasticity and firmness. Prescription and prescription strength retinoids like adapalene, tretinoin, and tazarotene can also be used in the treatment of acne, whereas retinol and retinaldehyde have not consistently shown abilities to improve acne, but still help with a lot of those aging concerns. So the focus of this video is really how to incorporate retinol into your skincare routine if you're trying to address those premature signs of aging. And whenever I talk about aging or anti-aging on this channel, I'm never trying to demonize getting older or looking a little bit older. I completely understand as a physician that is naturally going to happen, but I also understand as a human being that we want to feel good in our skin and we want our skin to look and feel as healthy as possible. So when we're using the term anti-aging, it's not to say that we shouldn't be getting older, but that we want to optimize the appearance of our skin as much as possible. Now, the main issue that arises when trying to incorporate a prescription retinoid or an over-the-counter retinoid into your skincare routine is that they have the potential to cause irritation in the skin. It's a very unique process that goes on when your skin starts to adapt to a topical retinoid. It's actually called retinization. And when that happens, and because your skin cell turnover is sped up, you will often experience things like peeling or flaking of the skin, as well as redness, sensitivity, and even stinging and burning. And even though retinization happens to every single person who starts a retinoid, the degree that it happens can really vary. And some people will never actually feel their skin retinizing, even though it's happening at a microscopic level. And I really want to make that point because although so many people have that struggle when they introduce a retinoid into their skincare routine, some people are blessed and they have no issues with it, and then they think their retinoid isn't working because they never struggled with that introduction period. But I assure you that retinization process does not last forever, and for most people, after about 4 to 8 weeks of consistent use of their retinoid, their skin will adapt to it and they will no longer struggle to incorporate it into their skincare routine, and their skin will feel good when using it. This also means that if you are to stop your retinoid for a prolonged period of time, usually more than 1 month, you may need to go through that retinization process again when you reintroduce it to your routine. Now, if you have seen someone go through the retinization period or you yourself have experienced it, you can understand why I want to talk about some strategies to introduce a retinoid successfully into your routine. If you have sensitive skin, you definitely want to start out by choosing a gentle formula. These will generally have a lower concentration of retinoid within them, or there will be other aspects of the formula that allow it to be more gentle, whether that means they're using encapsulated molecules for better penetration, but slower and more regular penetration. It might also be the vehicle that the retinoid is contained within. So it's a rich cream or something that's very moisturizing, something that's going to support the skin while you introduce it to your routine. I also really like starting someone out with something like retinol as opposed to a prescription strength retinoid because it tends to be more gentle. When you put retinol on your skin, within your skin, it needs to be converted to its active form, retinoic acid. And during those conversion steps, you lose a little bit of the active form, but that also helps it be less intense for your skin. Always when starting a retinoid, we want to start 1 to 2 nights a week and slowly work our way up as tolerated. And you can do things like apply a moisturizer before you put your retinoid on versus putting your retinoid directly on your bare skin. Now, if you want a step-by-step guide of how to start a retinoid, no matter which one you're using, I do have an entire YouTube video dedicated to that, and I will walk you through it. So once you have your strategy down of how you're going to incorporate your retinol into your skincare routine, let's talk about some good retinol choices for you if you have sensitive skin. One of my all-time favorite retinol products is Stratia Night Shift, and if you've been around this channel for a little while, you know that I continuously recommend this particular retinol because I think it is so beautiful. This formula contains 0.15% encapsulated retinol, but the beauty of this product really lies in what else is contained in this formula. It has such beautiful skin barrier support ingredients like ceramides and allantoin and marula oil, and when you put it on, it feels like you're putting on a plushy, creamy moisturizer. So when you apply this, you're not only getting exposure to retinol, but you are also getting these really lovely moisturizing ingredients as well. I probably first talked about Stratia Night Shift at least 2 years ago on this channel, and since then I've gotten so many messages saying like, yeah, this was my gateway retinol and it has been so successful for me, or I was never able to tolerate retinol until I tried Stratia Night Shift. So getting messages like that just reaffirm like how amazing this product really is. Now, if you're looking for a retinol that's a little more lightweight, I am a huge fan of the Naturium Retinol Complex Cream. This cream almost feels more like a thick serum on the skin, and in addition to retinol, it also has an ingredient called bakuchiol. Some brands will refer to bakuchiol as a plant-derived retinol, but really it's a molecule that can mimic some of the positive skin effects that retinol offers. Now, it's much less studied than something like retinol or tretinoin, for example, but there still is good evidence that it can be efficacious for the skin when it comes to anti-aging. I actually wrote one of the very first papers published on bakuchiol comparing it to retinol, so I would know. This product also has some other really great skin barrier support ingredients that are going to help you tolerate the retinol better. For example, it has things like dimethicone and shea butter. It also has glycerin and squalane and sunflower seed oil, which is one of my favorite plant oils to support the skin. If you're looking for a retinol that has a serum texture and in my opinion feels incredibly luxurious on the skin, I love the Summer Fridays Midnight Ritual Retinol. I absolutely love the way this product feels on the skin, and I think a lot of that is due to all the amazing plant oils that it has, but of course it also has retinol and then a retinol derivative called retinol linoleate. Another retinol serum option that I really love is by First Aid Beauty, their 0.3% retinol complex serum. I think the technology in this product is really interesting, so it not only uses retinol, but also uses something called retinol propionate. And retinol propionate is another ingredient that falls under that retinoid umbrella, but it works slightly differently in the skin. It's a bit more stable, it's a little bit more slow acting, and therefore a lot more gentle too. I also really like how lightweight this serum is, so you can easily layer it with your favorite moisturizer or other barrier support product to help your skin tolerate your retinol better. And the final retinol I'm going to talk about is the CeraVe Resurfacing Retinol, the one in the turquoise tube. This product uses 0.3% retinol, and I believe of the retinol products I'm talking about today, this is the highest concentration of pure retinol. That being said, I still find this specific formula to be really gentle. It has those classic ceramides in it that CeraVe is known for, as well as niacinamide to support the skin barrier. So those are 5 retinols that I like for sensitive skin, and they're all a little bit different. You can tell that their textures are a little bit different, they have slightly different ingredient technology, but I think all of them would work well if you have sensitive skin. If you're able to tolerate the Stratia Night Shift every single night with no issues, you can bump up the intensity to the CeraVe Resurfacing Retinol, and if you're not able to get used to the Stratia Night Shift and you need to knock it down in intensity, I would go to Naturium, below that would be the First Aid Beauty, and the most gentle of the retinols I'm talking about today, I think, is Summer Fridays. Now I'm curious, if you have sensitive skin and you have a favorite retinol, let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.